of the things that we're very passionate about at Rising Women, Rising World, but also, most importantly, at the FemQ Summit. And we talk about FemQ being feminine intelligence. And you've mentioned that a couple of times, the feminine, the home versus the institution, or the community versus the institution. What would you say in regards to feminine intelligence? Because we all know that men and women have this feminine intelligence.
Yeah.
How would you describe feminine intelligence?
So feminine and masculine are the two principles. They are present in women as well as in men. I would say that maybe in women, feminine principle is a little bit more than in men. And in men, maybe masculine principle is a little bit more than in women. Therefore, women need to pay attention and cultivate a little bit of more masculine side of themselves. And in a similar way, the men should take extra care and pay extra attention to cultivate their feminine side so that their personality is more balanced. So men and women both need to cultivate those other qualities. Particularly, I would say men and women both. Feminine should be slightly more than masculine, because feminine for me is kind of inner landscape, which is more implicit, much more a kind of present rather than explicit or outwardly. It's very easy to pay attention to the outwardly because we are always looking outwardly, and we relate to the world out there, and we forget that the inner world is as vast, as complex, as profound, as deep as outer world. Like you look at the ocean, from outside ocean looks vast, but if you go deep in the ocean, it's even vaster. So the feminine is that deep, profound inner landscape, inner world. And also receiving, from the Indian understanding, receiving is feminine, giving is masculine, the inner and the outer. So in our body, we have 2 ears to receive, to listen, and 1 mouth to speak. And that to me is a metaphor, as a kind of example that we need to have double listening and 1 part speaking. So I have created a kind of formula for men and women to remember as a kind of metaphor. Like in water, we say H2O, 2 part hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. In our personalities, we need to have F2M, which means 2 part feminine, 1 part masculine. Because receiving, taking care of inner world, which is compassion, generosity, a sense of service, love, respect, all these are inner qualities. External qualities are organizing, controlling, managing, defining, all those things are outer quality. We need both. We need masculine, we need feminine. But without the feminine, without those inner qualities of compassion, of generosity, of sense of service, a sense of respect and love, if those qualities are not there, how good your external organization and external management may be, it will not have the kind of soul, it will not have the kind of moisture, it will not have kind of sweetness, the kind of smoothness. It will be very kind of rugged, it will be very kind of harsh. So if you want to reduce your harshness, then you need to develop inner qualities. And the inner qualities need to be developed among men as well as women. It's not just for women or just for men. So rising feminine to me is rising of those inner qualities so that our external world of politics, of economics, of business, of management, of finance, all those can be informed by some profound and deep principles. That's to me, from my Indian learning and Indian experience, that to me is the balance of feminine and masculine. We need to have feminine and masculine dancing together. If you dominate by masculine and overpower the feminine, then there's no dance. In dance, you have to have a kind of equal partner. And so feminine and masculine dancing together and balancing each other among men and among women equally, that would be the ideal.
That's wonderful. And Satish, one of the things that I see, I spend a lot of time in the corporate environment. And one of the things that I now see is that women have adapted to that environment because it is governed by the masculine principles, structures and measurements. People are measured by their KPIs, people are measured by their accountabilities and their job contract. And very little attention is paid to this inner world of our self-awareness, of our intuition, of our deep wisdom. What I'm seeing happen is that now women who are intrinsically in their nature, they are receptive and they also give. What I'm seeing now is that the giving has exceeded the balancing of their inner work, and as a consequence many women are now leaving the corporate environment where their wisdom is so critical for the decisions that will shape and change and influence a positive change in the corporate. I'm just wondering what do you see is needed to reinstate or to awaken in the corporate environment the critical partnership that's needed for women to participate fully? What do you see?
In the corporate environment, women should go not to kind of copy the masculine way of doing business. Women, in my view, need to go in the business world and bring the feminine quality, so that intuition is as important as rational argument, because the feelings are the kind of profound place in our life. If we don't have a right feeling, how a good rational decision might be, it will not be a right decision. So I hope that women will go in the corporate world and the business world, not to compete with the masculine and just copy the masculine and behave like the masculine, but real feminism and the real feminine principle is to say that we want to be in the business world, but we want to run the business in a more balanced and harmonious way, where the masculine principles do play a part. We will organize things, we will manage something, but we will also have part of wisdom and intuition and a kind of inner values. So unless we do that, then just replacing men with women, but same structure, same kind of exploitation, same hierarchy, same kind of profit and ego, then what is difference between men running a business or women running a business?
Yes.
The reason we want women in the business, in politics, in economics, in corporate world is because we want some different values. And those values will be brought by, or can be brought by, women who embrace their femininity and feminine principles and balance it with masculine and work together.